Some villains don't just fight, they destroy. These are the ruthless, bone-crushing, no-mercy martial arts villains who pushed our heroes to the absolute limit. From Bolo Yeung's monstrous power to lethal assassins and merciless warlords, these villains don't just win fights, they break spirits. 10. Han, the deadly master of deception, with a golden claw that could rip through flesh. Han was more than just a villain, he was a phantom of destruction. His final battle against Bruce Lee in Enter the Dragon was a fight for survival, set in a hall of mirrors where one mistake meant instant death. Cunning, ruthless, and armed with deadly weapons, Han remains one of the most menacing martial arts villains ever. General Fujita, the sadistic warlord. If you thought Jin Kazama from Tekken was bad, wait till you see this guy. General Fujita, played by Billy Chow, is a merciless killing machine. Facing off against Jet Li in Fist of Legend, this guy doesn't just throw punches, he throws wrecking balls disguised as fists. His brutal style and ironclad resilience make him a true nightmare on the battlefield. Chong Lee, the undefeated monster, you knew this was coming. Bolo Yeung as Chong Lee in Bloodsport is pure terror in human form. With his massive physique and killer instinct, he didn't just beat opponents, he broke them. When he shouted, "You are next!" you knew things were about to get ugly, but even his dirty tricks weren't enough to stop Jean-Claude Van Damme's legendary comeback. 7. Thunderfoot, the unstoppable kicking machine. Jackie Chan faced many dangerous opponents, but none were as ferocious as Ken Lo's Thunderfoot in Drunken Master 2. His lightning-fast kicks could send fighters flying across the room, and his iron-hard legs made him nearly unstoppable. Jackie had to pull off insane drunken boxing moves just to stand a chance. And we're just getting started. These next villains took brutality to a whole new level. 6. The assassin from the Raid 2. If there's one villain who redefined brutality in modern martial arts cinema, it's this guy. Ruthless, precise, and completely unrelenting, his fight scenes were some of the most intense ever filmed. The final showdown left audiences stunned at the sheer level of combat mastery on display. Tong Po, the merciless fighter. If you've seen Kickboxer, you know the name Tong Po. Played by Michel Chisi, this Muay Thai destroyer didn't just fight, he tormented his opponents. With his brutal strikes, iron knees, and psychological warfare, Tong Po was a true nightmare for Van Damme's character. Mad Dog, the savage berserker, no weapons, no rules, no mercy. Mad Dog from the Raid is pure chaos, tearing through elite fighters like they're nothing. His stamina, aggression, and sheer refusal to stay down made him one of the most feared villains in modern martial arts cinema. The Russian fighter from Undisputed 2, when Michael Jai White stepped into the ring against this towering, ruthless powerhouse, we knew it was going to be brutal. This guy fought with pure precision and brute strength, making every strike count. A villain so dominant, it took everything to bring him down. The enforcer from Ip Man, Twister. Ip Man had faced many opponents, but when he stepped into the ring against Twister, it was a different kind of battle. This cocky, relentless Western fighter brutalized his opponents with brute force, and his arrogance made every punch even more painful to watch. But when Donnie Yen finally unleashed his fury, it was one of the most satisfying beatdowns ever. And finally, 1. The most brutal martial arts villain of all time. This villain redefined pure terror on screen. He didn't just fight to win, he fought to end careers. With a reputation for total dominance, his brutal fighting style, and zero remorse, he stands as the most feared villain in martial arts movie history. Which of these villains do you think was the most brutal? Or did we miss someone even more savage? Let us know in the comments, and if you love martial arts showdowns, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more epic fight breakdowns.